Hello everyone, welcome to Pep Coding. So in this video we are going to discuss another question of dynamic programming. The question is climb stairs with variable jumps. This question is similar to previous question, but there is a slight change. Let's discuss what is that change. In the previous question, what was given? It was given that there are some stairs like this: 0, 0. This is the first stair, second stair, third stair, fourth stair, fifth stair, and sixth stair. In the previous question, it was given that we were standing at the ground floor, that is the 0th stair, and this was our destination, and we had to reach from 0 to destination. But now in this question, what is the change? We are provided with some numbers. Let's say 2, 3, 0, 2, let's say this, and 3. Okay, we are provided with some numbers. What are these numbers representing? These numbers are representing that in the previous question, what was the choices that we were given? We were given that from any stair we can take these many jumps. Either we can take 1 jump, 2 jump, or 3 jump. Right now, here these number represents that at given at every step or at every stair we have their own individual jumps. What I'm trying to say is that if I am at, let's say, first stair, if I am at first stair, then from here I can take at most 3 jumps. That is, I can take 1 jump, 2 jump, or 3 jump. Now these this number of jumps is different than let's say different from the stair 4. From stair 4, how many jumps we can take? We can take either 1 jump or we can take 2 jumps, right? So this number represents the number of jumps we can take from that stair. Okay, so with this I hope the question is clear. What is this question saying? We have to just find all the paths, or let's say we have to find the total sum of all the paths, possible paths, to reach from given source to destination using these jumps, right? This is our question. So let's try to discuss the solution. We will be directly seeing the tabulation method, that is a DP method that we have been discussing from the first video. What were the 3 stages? 3 stages were storage and meaning, right? Second stage was direction of problem, and third stage was travel and solve, right? This question is nothing but, can we say that if I have given a source and I have to reach to destination, I take some steps, and from this I got to intermediate 1, intermediate 2, and intermediate 3, and from here there are some stairs, right? If they from here there are some paths to reach the destination, so what I have to do? I have to just add these add all the paths, right? This is what I have to do. We have already discussed this in the previous video also. So now here, what will the storage that will be declaring? That is storage and meaning. What will be the size of the storage? For n, I say the size of storage is n plus 1, because I am starting my indexing from 0 and I have to reach till n, right? So we'll first make our storage, that is this. One, 2. Now we also require the jumps array, right? The array containing these numbers, or the list containing these numbers. We can say that list containing these numbers. So we'll call it as jumps list. Okay. Let's say this is our jumps array. Okay, this is our jumps array. Let's say the jumps are like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are solving this for n is equals to 6. So the storage will be of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 size, right? Now let's say 0 jumps, 2 jumps, 2 jumps, and 3 jumps. Consider these are the jumps given to us. What these jumps represent? These jumps are represent that from 0th stair we can take at most 2 jumps. From first stair we can take 2 jumps. From second stair we can make 0 jumps, which means if we reach to second stair, there is no way that we can climb any further. Okay, so now let's try to discuss the direction of problem, that where is going to be the smaller problem and where is going to be bigger problem. I say at this destination, if my destination is this point, this is my going to be a small problem, small side of problem, and this is going to be my big side of problem, which means the direction is going to be from back side to front side. How I can say that this is my small problem? Let's discuss. If I am being provided with this stair and this is my destination, and let's say I'm at this position, and from here I can take 3 jumps. Okay, so I took 1 jump, 2 jump, and 3 jump. Okay, I have to see the possible ways, possible jumps using which I can reach to my destination, right? So here we can say that from here only there is one valid path, that is this one. Okay, this will be leading me to beyond my destination, and if I go beyond my destination I cannot come back to my destination, therefore there will be no path. Now let's discuss that why at the sixth, or why at the destination, or why at the last cell of the this list I am saying that small problem, there is a small problem, because we know that we have already discussed that if my source is equals to destination and there is my destination, then if I take, let's say if I want to reach my destination from my source, and source is equals to destination, then how many paths are there? There is one path, that is if I take 0 steps, okay, 0 jumps, if I make 0 jumps, I'll be reaching to my destination, that is one path, which means to reach from destination to destination, there is one path of containing 0 jumps. Okay, with this I can say that there is one path. Therefore, to solve from 6 to 6, that is to go from destination to destination, is an easy problem, and to go from 0 to 6 is a big problem. We have to solve that. So with this we can also identify that what is the meaning of this cell. Let's say this is the cell. What this cell is going to store? This is going to store that from this cell to reach this to reach destination, answer will be stored here. With that means to reach from 2 to 6, all the paths are stored here. The number of all the paths are stored here. To reach from 4 to 6, all the paths are stored at 4. Okay, so with that I hope that this is clear to you all, that what we are going to store, what is the meaning of this storage. Now let's look for the third thing, that is travel and solve. Let's start traveling and solving this problem. Before that, just clear this. Okay, now how we are going to start the travel and solving thing. We know that to reach from destination to destination, we have one path, that is not to take any jump and stay at our own position, right? Now from 5th position, that is from 5th stair, how many jumps we can make? We can take 3 jumps, that is 1, 2, and 3. So what is this meaning? This means that if we are at 5, we want to reach at 6, we took 3 jumps. Okay, this jump 1, 2, and 3, this one jump is leading us to 6th stair. Okay, that is our destination, and to reach from 6 to 6 we have one path, right? We have one path to reach from 6 to 6. Okay, now from 5, if we take 2 jumps, we are going to 7th stair, and with 3 steps we are going to 8th stair. These 2 stairs are beyond the destination, that means there are no path. Okay, there is no path to reach 6, therefore the answer will be stored as 0. So what we are going to do, we are going to add these 3, that is if this is one path, one path. This is 0 paths. These two are 0 0 paths. Therefore, we are going to add these three and store here. Answer will be stored as 1 here. Okay. Now, similarly, if we are at fourth stair, from fourth stair we can take two jumps, that is 1 and 2. So, okay, what is this saying? This is saying that if we are at fourth stair, we need to reach at sixth stair. We can take two jumps. From here we can go to 5, and from here we can directly go to 6. From 5 we know that we have one path. Okay, this is our one path. So if we reach to 5, we have one path to reach 6. And if we reach at 6, we also have there one path, that is to reach from 6 to 6. We have one path. So addition of these two is going to be stored here. That is 2. Okay. Now let's discuss that if we are at the third stair, then we have how many choices? We have choice of two jumps, that is 1 and 2. So from 3 we need to reach 6. We took a jump of 1 and we took a jump of 2. With this we reach to 4, and with this we reach to 5. Now we know that from 4 we have two paths, and from this 5 we have one path. Therefore, adding these two will be our answer, that is 3. 2 plus 1, 3. So these are the valid paths that will lead us to our destination if we are at stair 3. Now similarly, if we are at 2, we have how many choices? We have 0 choices. Therefore, from 2 to reach 6, we have no jumps. Therefore, the answer will be stored as 0 only. Now, from 1, that is from stair 1, we have two choices, that is 1 and that is the second jump. So if we take these two jumps, what are these two jumps saying? These two jumps are saying that if we are at second stair, we need to reach sixth stair. We have two choices from here. No, if we are at first stair, we have two choices, that is to reach second stair and to reach third stair. From second stair there is no path, but from third stair there are three paths, right? So we are directly going to store that here, that is 0 path plus 3 path, that is equals to 3 paths. Similarly, from 2, how many choices we have? So sorry, from 0th stair, how many choices we have? We have choice of two jumps, that is 1 and 2. Again it is going to be stored here. So with this, how many choices we have? 0 and 3. Therefore the answer will be stored here, that is 3. Therefore, where will be our answer stored? Our answer, final answer, that is to reach from 0th stair to our destination stair, that is to climb up from our 0th stair to our destination stair, the answer will be stored at 0th position, right? At sorry, the answer will be stored at this position, that is 0th indices. We have discussed the same thing, that if we see the problem, if we talk about the problem of climb up and if we talk about the problem of climb down, so here the answer will be, for climb up the answer will be stored at the 0th indices, and for climb down the answer will be stored at the nth indices. So I hope that these two things are clear to you all. We have discussed this in previous video also, and with this I hope that with this example it is more clear to you all. Okay, so answer is stored at 0. Let's try to do this in, let's try to code this. What we are going to do, first, storage is already created for us, storage has been cached for us. Now first, as we have identified the direction, what was the direction? We have to start from the end. So reversed range of from where? 0 to n plus 1, because our dp is of size n plus 1. Now if we are already at our destination, that is I is equal to n, what we have to do? we have to store I as 1, because we have one path to reach our destination from our destination, right? Now after doing this, continue, right? Now what we are going to do, we are going to store the answers, but to do that first we need to use this jumps array, right? So I make a variable max jump, and I'll be storing the value of jumps at this current position, that is at this current stair. How many jumps are there? I'll be storing in max jump, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an answer, and we'll be starting from j is equals to, j will be traversing two jumps through this jumps, which means it will be taking one jumps turn by turn. That means if I have a choice of 3 jumps, it will be going first taking 1 jump, then it will be taking 2 jumps, and then it will be taking 3 jumps. We will do this using while loop. While j is less than equal to max jump, okay, max jump, and I plus j is less than equal to n. What this condition tells me, I plus j is less than equal to n, this tells me that we are not going, it is making ensure that we are not going beyond the destination, which means that if this was my destination, let's say not like this, is this, if this was my stair and this was my destination, then it is making sure that I am not going beyond the destination, right? If I reach beyond the destination, then there is no way back to my destination, right? As we have discussed. Therefore, this condition is making sure that we are not going beyond the destination. After this, what we have to do? We have to just insert, that is first answer. We have to just keep on adding this to our DP, right? And DP of I, first we have to increment our j, and now at the ith location of DP, that is ith index of DP, we have to store this answer. Okay, now as we have discussed, where will be our answer stored? This is a problem of climb up, therefore we are going to store our answer at first indices, that is 0th indices. Okay, now let's try to run this code and see if this giving us the correct output or not. So it is being accepted. Let's try to submit this code. And with this, it is being accepted for all the given test cases. So I hope with this, these 3 stages of DP is clear to you all, and also this concept of climb up and climb down, where will be our answer stored in our DP, is also clear to you all. So thank you for this video. Let's meet in the next video.